Welcome to the Ask Dom Nat show every asterisk Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, the fastest 30 minutes of your day to make you an overall more informed person. My name is Dominic Pereira, but you might know me as Ask Dom Nat, hence why I am in the host chair talking to you guys on the Ask Dom Nat show. So, guys, if you have not noticed, I haven't been here for a bit. I haven't been here for like a week and a half, maybe two. And I apologize for that. A couple of you guys have noticed my absence, and I thank you for that. So it wouldn't be right for me to come on here and pretend like nothing's wrong. It just wouldn't be. Let's see here. Um, so now what's going on? What have I been up to? Why have I not been here? Let's get into the rundown, guys. I'll tell you. All right, April 27th rundown show. I've been gone because there's been a couple projects that I've been working on. 2026 project updates is what I'm going to be giving you, tell you what I've been spending my time on, what's been really the goods and the bads. And I can guarantee you right now, there is overwhelmingly more of one than the other. I'll tell you which one it is, whether it's goods or bads. Infinity Bliss, Miss Tanya, 9096. Welcome, love. I love that. What is that? That's what's that balm? That's like a lotus fire balm. It's a lotus flower. Tell me the significance of the lotus flower. I know it's very, very significant to a lot of circles. So I'm gonna give you guys the farm update, guys, and it's been hard. I've been giving you all of my updates, and I'm gonna tell you what my biggest problems are right now. And God bless, I am healthy, I'm black, and I'm beautiful, so my problems aren't that big. Oh, Pharaoh added it. What's up, Pharaoh? I love that. Okay, cool. No, I think Lotus is like new life and all this and that, right? Like, so new beginnings, blooming layers. I mean, you can use a lotus or you can use an onion, but yeah, they're both layered and lotus might be better. Questions. Dom, how do you handle multiple projects? I don't. I can't. I'm trying to ask question from the audience. How do you handle multiple projects? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but I do have an answer for you. And stay till the end of the show, and I'm going to answer that because if you know me, you know that I've been doing multiple projects. Look, I'm going to show you that this is unscripted. So this is a web map of things that I have to do and like the layers, and this is my life. Like I just have notes on notes. I doodle a lot. I can't tell you. And then I just remind myself that I'm the world's best boss. Thank you. Somebody actually on my team got me that. It was right before bonus season, so call that what it is. But you don't take breaks. That's how you handle so much. Yes. Well, I might have to reconsider that position in my life because it's been a lot. So what have we been up to, guys? All right. So what's the best way to do this? I've been doing 4 major things. Let me tell you guys everything that I do. Right. And let's start with the most interesting, with what I'm most passionate about, and then what like I get paid to do, whatever. So the first thing that I do on a day-to-day, what do I manage? Who is Dominic Pereira? What am I what do I own, or whatever you want to verbiage it, right? So I'm into agriculture and farming. So I have my farm here, Teca Farms in New Jersey. We're trying to get that up and running. We have the Angola farm. It's a coffee farm. I don't like, some people call it coffee plantation. Plantation has a negative connotation. Maybe I should just break away from that. I don't like coffee plantation, so I just call it my coffee farm. So it's coffee and other products and agricultural goods. Not much has been growing fast enough, but you guys will see some stuff going on right now. So we have the coffee farm, the farm here in New Jersey. I also have a technology business that I work with clients to build their apps. That's always difficult just because you're trying to get what's in somebody's head onto a screen, onto whatever. So I'm like, and do I still want to do that? That's challenging because the more I'm working on building somebody's dream, yes, they're paying me. Sometimes I feel like I'm just spending too much time on somebody else's dream when I could be working on mine. All right. Speaking of my dreams, Clear Social is on the App Store. We have some updates to it. We've been working on that quite a bit. I own Clear Social. Um, because of my frustrations with social media over the last couple of years. And I'm like, this is dumb. And when I think something's dumb, what do? I'm like, let me try to fix it a little bit. And then I get too into it. So Clear Social is something that actually this week we spent a lot of time on. Neemo, my wife and I co-founded a kids app. Really, it's like a family, distant families app, and that's in the App Store. So we have some amazing traction with that going on. And then, I'm a director at a national law firm. That is my full time. There's always stuff going on there. And then I have a real estate portfolio. So, um, not too bad of a 2 weeks for my real estate portfolio. We've had some hiccups as far as plumbing issues and blah blah blah, but we have such a good process on the real estate portfolio that we pretty much stay 100% occupancy, with a week or two for turnovers. But we price our units very competitively. We try to be very equitable to our tenants. That it is their home. I own the property, but it's really their home, so I treat it as such, and I like really want to have respect. That's probably the most two-way transaction of a business that I have. Everything else is more digital and blah blah blah. But when it comes to housing, it's so sentimental to somebody that I want to respect that. And I think having a level of respect with my tenants as their housing provider has done me well. I hate county taxes. I hate everything about the administration of real estate. I hate how these gurus tell you to get into real estate without telling you the context of everything that's good and bad about it. They tell you to put it into trusts and tax evasion in some cases, whatever. It's reducing your liabilities. If you're not making any money, you don't have to worry about taxes and putting it in trusts. Nobody's going to sue you. They're going to sue your insurance company. You don't got no money. All right. Like, what? They're going to take your building. You owe so much. You're probably underwater on your building. Believe me, don't worry about it. Worry about making money first, and then start listening to these gurus about putting it in the Cayman Islands and Wyoming LLC. Now, I did do a video on starting a Wyoming LLC. So sometimes I hate being part of the problem, but I do want to give you guys the information when it's relevant. All right. So now with all of that, right, we got farms, technology, blah blah blah. I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm a son, all of that. Let's see what's going on. Let's go. Let me show you guys. So
Do jeito que estávamos a fazer lá.
this is
Deixar
the
aqui,
farm
ó.
in Angola. Coffee. So we got Arabica
Temos.
Angolan coffee.
Ó,
This is my
já tem
cousin
fase reprodutiva. E de novo, vemos que nas entrelinhas, nas ruas,
in the middle of the streets and in the
o
aisles.
produtor aqui está a fazer pimento. Então
That's
ela aproveita
peppers.
todo o espaço para fazer mais alguma coisa.
Yeah,
Do
so
jeito que estávamos a
peppers so that
fazer
we can
lá,
take over more
em
space.
caçumba. Está nas entrelinhas, metemos milho naquele caso, né?
Yeah.
No nosso
So
caso.
we put corn
Normalmente é
on
forma
some of
de
ours too.
aproveitar o espaço, né?
Okay. So that right there, and I'm gonna just let it play. It's in Portuguese. This is Tiagão. He's my agriculture specialist over there. Guys, if we can't get this farm up and running, this is the guy who we need to really sit down and talk with. All right. And if we can get it up and running from the agricultural standpoint, this is the guy that we need to thank on my side. He is my brother. Love him to death. And he studied in Brazil. He's studied here in the United States. He lived with me here in the United States. And we just decided we have so much knowledge and resources that we need to take it back home. Temos que fazer uma coisa aí em nosso país, em casa mesmo, casa dos nossos avós. So let's see what he was. I'm hard on him sometimes. He's like a good 100 pounds heavier than I am, so I could only be so tough. Like jujitsu champion over there, so I really yell at him over the phone more than in person. But this is my platform, so here I could be critical here. So let's see what he's got for us. Here is
Yeah.
what we got.
Dominic, estamos aqui na fazenda com alguns pés de café, vamos ainda descendo, né? Pelo visto é uma fazenda que vai descendo. Está na montanha, na província do Ambo.
Okay, so for those who don't speak Portuguese, this is the coffee here. A year and a half, I believe.
Produção tem aproximadamente 80 centímetros.
80 centimeters. I don't know. Somebody does the calculation on that, what that is.
Obra.
So this is getting dense. Coffee. And I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee.
Dom.
So this is one of the more mature. No, this isn't even the most mature. We got one that's ready now.
Yeah, aqui no Ambo. Só que aqui o engenheiro, dono da fazenda, é o meio que eu estou a ver. Ele fez aqui meio.
So let me explain what's going on here. This here is the coffee, and then there's bananas on this side, lemons and citrus. So this is a food forest situation that we're trying to do. We're working with producers there. You know, you don't want to go in it alone. So we're working with people who've already done it, who already have farms, who are learning. We're cross-referencing knowledge. But ultimately, we have these coffee, we have bananas, we have citrus plants, and so many others. I mean, now the next challenge is going to be, how do you profit from it? And I'm taking my mind away from profit being solely money. I know we need money, but I went to a conference, the Southern Exchange Seed Conference, and some of the topics there were talking about how you can farm and think about farming differently than traditional Wall Street capital of like, it has to be a monetary exchange. So what else can I do to advance my goals without necessarily falling into the, I got to sell this for this amount of pounds and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm figuring it out as I go. So yeah, this is just a couple more aisles there of coffee and some other fruits. I forgot. But ultimately, now the next challenge is going to be, how do we bring that over to the United States, the European markets? How do we export a coffee? Like the price in coffee here in the United States versus what we're producing it there is crazy different. But, it's just because of the dollar value. But it's been challenging, guys. Like, let me not even kid you guys. I almost, like, I wake up every day and I'm like, why am I still doing this? Why? Like, I feel the good thing is about going into farming is that if you farm trees, right? Like, I'm not talking about like 8-week crops, which some we still do, right? Like your peppers and all that. No, but when you start farming trees and long time horizon, it's almost like you're committing yourself for the next 2-3 years at least. You're giving yourself 3 years, 4 years, which it's better because it really doesn't allow you to quit. You're like, man, I'm already 2 years into it. This isn't what I was thinking. We had a drought. We had all sorts of problems. Excuse me. Look, my body doesn't even react well when I even think about it. But now I'm into it. Like, and it's there. It's not ready. And then people are seeing that. They're like, oh, you're so close. And I'm like, oh my gosh, tariffs, export controls, like just the logistics of trucking and getting it and blah blah blah. You need a roaster, you need all this, and that's just for one aspect of one thing that I'm doing. But the farm in Angola is going okay. We were building the houses there for the workers. The houses have not been good. They the guy that I paid to build the house built half of one and then just didn't finish it. He had a family emergency, and then that family emergency just led to never coming back. So contractors are horrible no matter what continent you're in. It's awful. I've had awful experiences with contractors in the United States and Angola and Latin American countries. It's just horrible. So I don't know why, but that is what it is. So the house isn't done. I feel like I'm just throwing money at that. And that's where I feel like pulling the plug because but and then it's like, well, Dom, you already have the structure built. Now you can't let one person stop your dreams, right? Like you just can't. So we're gonna have to find somebody else and hopefully and it's gonna just cost me more money because that next person doesn't care about your issues with the previous person, right? Like and that's where it becomes a little complicated. So that's what's going on over there in Angola. Let's see, do we have one couple what else do we have here? Okay, so this is here at Teca Farms here in Jersey. We had some young ladies come out. They were camping, first time campers, and then they decided to feed some chickens and ducks, um and we actually got some more ducks. We got some more chickens yesterday. So now we're getting close to about 100 or so laying hens. We're just giving out the eggs. If you're interested in getting some eggs from Teca Farms, to let us know. We're just kind of trying to get our name out there. Dom, stick to only recommended contractors. I will try. But actually, in Angola, it's a little difficult because I don't know people there. I mean, there's not like the Angie's list of Africa yet, right? Like maybe that's a venture that somebody could put together. And then it's like, oh, my cousin knows this guy who knows that guy. And then you know what? I'll tell you this. Angola is interesting because no matter what the job is, people are showing up in flip-flops. Right? Like people are showing up in flip-flops, carrying bricks and everything. Like I'll show I bought boots for everybody. I bought like nice boots and uniforms. What we do, and I think they put them on when they like, oh, the boss is coming, boss is coming. But other than that, when I see some videos, I'm like, this guy's like mixing concrete with toes out, like blocks. So, oh, this is Angola. This is Teca Farms here in Jersey. This is the tent where those ladies where we're staying. So it can fit quite a bit of people. We have a couple retreats kind of on the books. We have a wellness retreat. We have a couple of these tents and then the RV. But the goal here, okay. Tell me if I'm crazy. So we're at 400 acres. Guys, this project has been so crazy for me. I'm finally on like the other side. I'm not done, but imagine a hill, right? Like if you're running a marathon and you're going up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Now you're at the top of the hill. Then you got to come down, right? You still have to run the rest of the course, but at least it's a downward run, not the upward run. Yesterday I got some more ducks. I got and chickens, and I felt good about it. But and let me show you, and let me see if I can throw this video up just so people can see my life. Um, and I felt good until I lifted one crate. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. I gotta send it on WhatsApp. Send it on WhatsApp. Let me see here. I don't even know how to do that. Guys, give me 1 second. But that's a good thing about having a live show. Is sometimes something just comes to me and I'm like, I gotta share it with you guys. So I bought all these chickens, and one of the crates that the guy gave me to transport the chickens after I drove 4 hours for chickens, right? Like this is how crazy farming is here. And I bought guinea hens. Let me be very specific. I bought some guinea fowl, and guinea fowl are known as like the Angolan chicken, right? Like they're native to West Africa. The reason I bought them is because they eat ticks, and there's tick season. We'll talk about it another time, where I do believe that ticks are a
We're losing
government
some
conspiracy
sunlight,
and
but I got these
bioengineering.
additions.
So the thing was broken,
Oh,
right? Like, okay,
trying to
that
make a great
guy,
escape. So let me try to get these guys in there
like, you see those guinea
to their
fowls
new
over there?
friends. So yeah, let me show you what I
I
got.
didn't realize that this was even broken on the bottom. So when I picked it up, the guinea fowls fell out, and then these suckers
Look at
ran.
this. Look at this.
Oh, these
And then,
chickens are fighting.
look, yeah. Now I put them in there, and then they started fighting. Then when I was fighting one, these guys were trying to escape. And then I'm like, oh God, what do I do? But look at the color. I'm gonna look at the color on that one. That's a silver lace Wyandotte. I bought a couple of those guys. And then I bought a couple olive eggers. So just fun egg colors that we're gonna be having, Easter eggers. I don't know. This is the stuff that I do enjoy. What I don't enjoy is not making money. That's what I haven't been enjoying. But the whole point of where we're at now is, hopefully, tell me if I'm crazy here. I want to run out Teca Farms for corporate retreats and private events. Sorry, let me. Hey, Mr. Fireball 619. Shout out to Mr. Fireball 619, because he is a real trooper. He comes out, helps with the animal feedings, the just really getting the farm ready. He sees the vision. And Bjorn got a dog out there that's like, he is the farm dog. Is what type of dog? And we what type of dog is it, Nelkins? Because he's I thought it was a wolf when I saw the prints, right? Because he was there and I wasn't there, so I came in the next day and I saw these prints on the ground, and then I'm like, we have a wolf amongst us. I was like, get get the hunting party. this is this is someone like, freaking werewolf. But and then it was like, no, he's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. Yeah, imagine that, guys. A pit bull and Rottweiler mix. If you guys know, that thing is, but he's young. He's probably like 70 pounds, 60 pounds. I don't know. But he's young, but so playful. It could be, if you don't know that he's just playing, it could be intimidating. But I love him because like, the animals don't listen to me. The animals don't listen to me. The animals listen to him. Right? Like, the chickens want to run around, they want to get out the cage, and then I'm like, Bjorn, and then they're like, all right, let's go back. Bjorn, like, he got his pit bull Rottweiler mix out here again today. No party. So yeah, animals can definitely sense like the authority level. There was one rabbit that got out of the pen, and I like to keep them like open space, right? Because they're free, but they're not free. But I don't like caged animals. So, but one rabbit got out of the colony, and Bjorn just went over there and put his paw on them. Just was like, "You wait," and we got him back. And I was like, "Dang." I'd be scared. If Bjorn told me to sit down, I'd sit. So we got to get a picture and a video of Bjorn out there. But all right, so the whole point is, what do I want to do? Here's what I figured out. I want to allow people to book Teca Farms as a retreat venue for family reunions, birthday parties, anniversaries, corporate retreat, and outdoor experiences throughout the spring and summer, perhaps fall. And I'm looking to have it rented for between $2,000 and $2,500 per day. You guys tell me what you think of that, if that is sustainable, if that's something that you would want to do, what your thoughts are. And what you get for that is really having the space. We have the tent, so you have some indoor spacing there. We also have a barn that we're going to be finishing out a little bit more. You get to experience 400 acres of just nature. And that's just something that I'm fortunate enough to have it in my life right now. But most people don't realize, especially if you're in a city, anywhere in Philadelphia, New York, throughout Jersey. Jersey has some space, but for the most part, people don't realize how much they don't interact with nature on a day to day. So if you have 10, 15, 20, I think comfortably we can have about 100 to 150 people out there easily. That's super affordable, Dami. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm like, because what I know other people charge is extravagant. Like it is it's not extravagant. I'm looking for the word, but it's not enormous, but it's exponentially more. But I really just like sharing stuff. I am a sharer, right? Like I'm like, look, I need to figure out how to make this somewhat sustainable, but I also kind of want to make sure that people have access to it. And I think that just that at that price point, it'll be both. But we have our lakes next week. Now that we have kind of the baseline of everything done, next week we're going to just be working on cleaning up some more stuff so that we can finally get our content day out there so people can walk the trails, they can take pictures, because really for me, I'm out there all the time, so I know exactly everything about this farm. But for somebody who hasn't been out there, they're like, well, what does it have, what does it not have? We're super early on. So I think the best way to just showcase that is by having people come out. And we are almost there. The one hiccup that I had, I would have been done. How'd the last event go? Last event, all the events go really well. The events went better than I expected. We did have a group of Airbnbers come out and they stayed in the tent. It was the coldest day in spring, so that was unfortunate. We're going to get a tent heater just to mitigate against that. Typically speaking, we have our wood burning stove in there, but that's more for fall and winter, so we just didn't have that. But in spring it got to 40 degrees, so that was a little bit unfortunate. If you are an experienced um, camper, then you know to prep for that. But if you're not, then you just be cold all night, and it's not the best experience. So that would be my biggest critique there. And because the tent's pretty big, we need a decent sized heater to warm that up. Outside of that, the day event, we have a lot of guys come out every weekend. Just guys that want to be out in nature, they want to hunt, they want to go track. Most of these guys don't know how to hunt. They just pretend like they want to hunt. They just walk around looking for stuff and never catch anything, and they just go to the store and buy some meat and put it on the grill. But that's great. We've had typically speaking, people bring out their dirt bikes, ATVs. We have about 4.5 miles of trails and roads that you can ride. So that's just kind of what's been happening naturally. Not saying that that's the direction that I want to go towards forever. I want it to be a little bit more refined and in tune with nature. But right now, it's those are just the events that we've been working on. I want to do bigger stuff so that it's more sustainable versus dealing with 10, 20, 30 different people. I'd rather just deal with one person who's hosting their event. So one thing that I'm gonna just say it here because I get so much support and I get so much love from my FKD family, Frankfurt High School pioneers. I'm gonna say it. What do you guys thought about us having? We never had a reunion. We never had like a high school reunion. So I wouldn't even call it a high school reunion. But like, you know how you have field days, right? Like we went to, if you're from Frankfurt, we went to the stadium for like the field day. What if we hosted a Frankfurt field day reunion at Teca Farms? Would you guys be down? Like, because I have the games, I have the whatever. It's probably not that crazy. But would you guys be down? Should we host Frankfurt reunion at Teca Farms? I think it'll be cool. I mean, because we could do a lot of cool stuff. I love to organize and this and that. I don't have the bandwidth to organize it myself. So if anybody's interested, let me know. We can figure it out. But we got the space. We got. I've talked to a lot of my old friends, and everybody's kind of always wanted to do something. Shoot, I don't know. Let's float the idea around. Let me know if you guys would be interested in having a Frankfurt High School field day / reunion at Teca Farms. And maybe that'll be the catalyst to have other people also having their reunions and all that at the farm. It'll be a unique one. We do archery, I don't know, axe throwing if you sign the right liability waivers and all this and that. And I don't know, get in tune with nature. It'd be different. It'd be fun. Of course, he said, I love it today. I love the love. But it starts with your vision and enthusiasm. It starts with your vision. Yes. I mean, I'm confident. Well, I call it confidence. My therapist called it delusional, I think, or whatever. Whatever it is. What yeah, delusionally confident. And I love it. I think we can do it, guys. Like, why we're only, don't get me started. It's 8:30, guys. Don't get me started. That's for Wednesday's show. I'm gonna really tell you guys what I have going on. But that's what I got going on right now. Teca Farms is rolling. Finally, think people can start looking at booking their event. I'm going to keep it clean. $2,000, $2,500 here at the farm. We're going to hold, like, you can interact with some of the animals, the livestock. You can have your barbecue, open fire pit, blah, blah, blah. If you want some coffee, closer to July, August, let me know. We're going to be having our shipments come in. From Angolan coffee. Be ready for you. If you know how to, I don't know how to sell coffee. I am learning as I go. I've never sold a bag of coffee, but I was like, why not? I talked to Alicia Evans, amazing realtor out in Austin. We talked about this more than 6 years ago. We were in Home Depot, and I'm like, man, I want to do coffee and vanilla. And I was looking for some land, and we talked about doing it in Africa. And so 6 years later, and I started this now more than a year and a half ago, but to see me actually getting close to it is interesting. I'm happy that it's happening. I never thought it would take this long. So at this track rate, I'll have my first bag of coffee when I'm 65 here. So yeah, but it'll be here. Guys, but no matter what happens, I will let you know, and I'll share it with you, and you know where to get it. And if in case you don't know where to find it, it is always, and I'm always going to be here with you guys at the Ask Domnat show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, asterisks, at 8 a.m. Eastern time, the fastest 30 minutes of your day to make you an overall more informed person. My name is Dominic Pereira, but you might know me as Ask Domnat.